How many times has it happened? You're in that perfect, deep stage of sleep, the kind you've been waiting for all day, and then, bam! A sudden, vice-like grip seizes your calf or your foot. A pain so sharp, so intense, it jolts you awake, your heart pounding. You're forced to throw off the covers, trying to stand, to stretch, to do anything to make that brutal muscle cramp release its hold. It's a terrible way to be woken up, leaving you with a sore, tender muscle and a night of restful sleep completely shattered. If this sounds painfully familiar, you are far from alone. A startling statistic reveals that up to 60% of all adults experience these nocturnal leg cramps, and the frequency skyrockets as we get older. For years, the common wisdom has been a simple, one-word answer: magnesium. You've probably heard it from a friend, read it in an article, or maybe even your doctor suggested it. You've dutifully taken your supplement hoping for relief. But what if I told you that for a significant number of people, some major clinical studies have found that magnesium supplements are no more effective than a placebo, a simple sugar pill? This isn't to say magnesium isn't important. It absolutely is. But the fact that it doesn't work for everyone points to a much deeper, more important truth. The secret to ending those agonizing nighttime leg cramps and, just as importantly, building back the strong, reliable muscles you need to feel confident and independent after 60 isn't about one magic mineral. It's about understanding how your body truly works. And if you've ever told yourself, well, this is just part of getting older, I'm here today to respectfully and powerfully challenge that idea. In this deep dive, we're going to pull back the curtain on the real science behind muscle health for seniors. We're not going to offer you simplistic, one-size-fits-all answers. Instead, we're going to piece together a complete puzzle, drawing on research from trusted institutions like the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and the National Institute on Aging. We're going to explore the great magnesium debate and why your supplement might be failing you. We'll uncover the crucial mineral trio that your muscles are crying out for. We will reveal the surprising role the sunshine vitamin plays, not just in your bones, but in your raw muscle power. We'll even look into your medicine cabinet to see if a hidden culprit is lurking there. And finally, we'll cover the simple, practical food choices, stretches, and hydration strategies that put you back in the driver's seat of your own health. By the end of our time together, you won't just have a list of things to try. You will have a profound new understanding of your body and a clear, actionable plan to sleep through the night, pain-free, and to build stronger, more resilient muscles for the years to come. And a quick but important reminder: I am not a doctor, and this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The information shared here is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have seen or heard here. So let's begin with the question that's likely on everyone's mind. If you've been taking magnesium for your leg cramps without success, it's incredibly frustrating. You might even feel like you're doing something wrong. I want to start by saying it is not your fault. You are following the most common advice out there, and for many people, that advice is based on an incomplete picture. This brings us to our first key point: solving the great magnesium debate. The reason the advice is so widespread is because, in theory, it makes perfect sense. Magnesium plays a critical role in muscle relaxation. If calcium tells a muscle to contract, magnesium is the signal that tells it to let go. So if you're cramping, it seems logical that you just need more of that relax signal. And for some people, particularly those with a clear deficiency, a magnesium supplement can indeed work wonders. However, a major review of studies published in sources like the Korean Journal of Family Practice found that for the general population of older adults experiencing nocturnal leg cramps, magnesium wasn't significantly better than a placebo. So what's going on here? The issue is that a leg cramp is rarely a one-cause problem. It's more like a perfect storm of factors. Blaming it all on a single magnesium deficiency is like blaming a traffic jam on a single car. It's part of the picture, but it's not the whole story. The real empowered choice is to see magnesium not as a solo act, but as a crucial member of a team. More than half of all seniors are estimated to be low in magnesium, so it's absolutely a nutrient we need to be mindful of. The action step here isn't to throw out your magnesium, but to reevaluate its role. First, talk to your doctor about the type of magnesium you're taking. Magnesium oxide, the most common and cheapest form, is very poorly absorbed by the body. Forms like magnesium citrate, glycinate, or malate are often much more bioavailable. Second, and most importantly, start thinking of magnesium as just one piece of a larger puzzle. This leads us directly to the other crucial players on the team. So if magnesium alone isn't the magic bullet, what is? The answer lies not in one mineral, but in a delicate, powerful partnership between three. This brings us to what I call the mineral trio for muscle health: magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Think of their relationship like a three-legged stool. If one leg is too short or too long, the whole stool becomes unstable and wobbly. Your muscle function is exactly the same. We already know magnesium helps muscles relax. The Cleveland Clinic explains that calcium, its partner, is the mineral that triggers the muscle contraction in the first place. When you decide to take a step, your brain sends a signal, and calcium floods into the muscle cells, causing them to tighten and shorten. Then, magnesium steps in to help pump that calcium out, allowing the muscle to relax. If you have too much calcium and not enough magnesium, your muscles can get stuck in the on position, leading to cramps and spasms. Now, where does the third member of our trio, potassium, fit in? Potassium is the great regulator. It works inside the cells to maintain the proper fluid balance and electrical gradients that allow nerve signals to fire correctly. If your potassium levels are low, which can easily happen through sweat or from certain medications, the communication between your nerves and muscles can get staticky and misfire. This can cause muscles to contract erratically and involuntarily, what we feel as a cramp or a twitch. I remember a woman I spoke to, a lovely retired librarian who was plagued by foot cramps. She was eating yogurt for calcium and taking a magnesium supplement, but nothing worked. It turned out her diet was very low in potassium-rich foods. Once she started consciously adding things like sweet potatoes and spinach, her cramps virtually disappeared within a couple of weeks. Her stool had been missing its third leg. The action step here is to stop thinking in terms of single nutrients and start thinking about your plate as a whole. Are you getting a balance of all three? A diet rich in leafy greens for magnesium, dairy or fortified alternatives for calcium, and fruits and vegetables for potassium creates that stable foundation your muscles need to function smoothly. If you suspect an imbalance, especially if you have kidney disease or are on certain medications, this is a critical conversation to have with your doctor before you start supplementing. They can run a simple blood test to see exactly where your levels stand. But even with this perfect balance of minerals, there's a crucial gatekeeper that allows your muscles to use them properly. Think of it as the master key that unlocks the door to your muscle cells. allowing those minerals to get inside and do their job. And that key is a vitamin we all know and talk about, but often for the wrong reasons. I'm talking about vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. For decades, we've been told vitamin D is all about bone health, helping our bodies absorb calcium to prevent osteoporosis. And while that's absolutely true, cutting-edge research has revealed its equally vital role in muscle function. This is especially critical for us as we age. We all worry about sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass. But what scientists are now discovering is that many older adults experience a decline in muscle strength that is far more rapid than their loss of muscle mass. This means the quality of our muscle tissue is declining. And what's one of the biggest predictors of this decline? According to a major study from Trinity College Dublin, vitamin D deficiency is a massive factor. Their research found that muscle weakness was twice as high in seniors who were deficient in vitamin D. It acts directly on muscle cells, promoting the growth of fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are the ones responsible for quick, powerful movements that help us catch our balance and prevent a fall. Without enough vitamin D, our muscles not only become weaker, they also become less efficient and more prone to fatigue and pain. This isn't just a small effect, it's a game changer for maintaining independence. So the action step is twofold. First, ensure you're getting enough vitamin D. For many, this is difficult through diet alone, as it's only found in fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified foods. Safe, sensible sun exposure is the most natural way, but that can be challenging depending on your location, skin type, and the time of year. Therefore, this is one area where supplementation is often necessary. The critical red flag here is that you should not guess. Ask your doctor for a blood test to check your vitamin D levels. It's a simple test that can give you invaluable information. Knowing your number allows you and your doctor to create a precise plan to get you to an optimal level, which in turn gives your mineral trio the master key it needs to build stronger, cramp-free muscles. Now, getting enough of these minerals and vitamin D from our diet and smart supplementation is the goal. But what if something you do every single day is actively, silently pulling these vital nutrients right out of your system? For millions of us, this is the unfortunate reality, and it often comes from the very thing we take to protect our health, our medications. It's completely understandable to feel a bit concerned hearing this. Your doctor prescribed your medication for a very important reason: to manage blood pressure, to protect your heart, or to control fluid retention. You are doing the right thing by taking it as prescribed. However, it's crucial to be an informed patient and understand that many common drugs can have unintended side effects, one of which is mineral depletion. The most common culprits, as noted by the Mayo Clinic and other health authorities, are diuretics, often called water pills. These are frequently prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure. They work by making your kidneys flush excess sodium and water from your body, which is great for lowering blood pressure. But in the process, they can also flush out significant amounts of potassium and magnesium. Suddenly, 2 legs of your 3-legged stool are being shortened every single day. Other medications like certain acid blockers for heartburn or some steroids can also interfere with mineral absorption. I remember my own uncle, a wonderful man, who started having terrible leg cramps about a month after his doctor put him on a new diuretic. He just assumed it was old age, but when he finally mentioned it to his doctor, they immediately connected the dots. They didn't stop the medication, but they added a prescription potassium supplement and made a plan to increase his magnesium-rich foods, and the cramps vanished. The empowered action step here is not to stop taking any prescribed medication. That could be very dangerous. Instead, become a proactive partner in your healthcare. Make a list of all your medications, including over-the-counter ones. At your next appointment, show it to your doctor or pharmacist and ask this simple question. Could any of these be affecting my mineral levels? And if so, what is our plan to address it? This simple conversation can uncover the root cause of your cramps and lead to a simple, safe solution. Okay, let's just take a quick pause here. We've covered a lot of ground, and it's some heavy-hitting information. We've unraveled the magnesium myth and learned it's part of a team. We've discovered the power of the mineral trio: magnesium, potassium, and calcium. We've seen how vitamin D acts as the master key for muscle strength. And we've just uncovered how our own medicine cabinets might be secretly working against us. It can feel like a lot to take in, but knowledge is power. Each of these points is a dot, and we're starting to connect them into a clear picture of muscle health. If this guide is helping you connect some of those dots for yourself, I would be so grateful if you took just a moment to tap that like button below. It truly helps the channel reach and help more people just like you who are looking for real answers. Now, after hearing that your medications might be depleting your nutrient stores, it's easy to feel a little discouraged. But this is where we take our power back. Understanding potential deficiencies is the first step, and the most delicious, sustainable, and effective long-term solution is found not in a pill bottle, but right in our own kitchens and on our dinner plates. So let's turn our attention to the AB Suit best food sources to build up our mineral and vitamin reserves and create a truly resilient body from the inside out. The National Institute on Aging emphasizes a food-first approach, and for good reason. When you get nutrients from whole foods, they come packaged with fiber, antioxidants, and other phytonutrients that all work together synergistically, something a supplement just can't replicate. Let's build a shopping list for strong, cramp-proof muscles. For that all-important magnesium, think green. Spinach, Swiss chard, and other leafy greens are powerhouses. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, are fantastic snacks. And here's a treat: high-quality dark chocolate with 70% cacao or more is also a rich source. For potassium, we need to think beyond just bananas. While they're good, sweet potatoes, white beans, avocados, and plain yogurt actually contain even more of this crucial mineral. A baked sweet potato for dinner or adding avocado to your morning toast are simple, delicious ways to boost your intake. For calcium, dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are the traditional go-tos. But if you're dairy-free, don't worry. Fortified plant-based milks like almond or soy milk, canned salmon or sardines with the bones, and leafy greens like kale and collard greens are excellent sources. And finally, for our muscle-powering vitamin D, we look to fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and trout. Egg yolks and fortified milks and cereals also contribute. The action step is to make this a joyful exploration. Don't see it as a restrictive diet. See it as an opportunity to crowd out the less healthy stuff by adding in more of these nutrient-dense, flavorful foods. Start with one meal. Maybe you decide your breakfast will always include a potassium and calcium source like yogurt with sliced banana. Or your lunch will always feature a magnesium-rich salad with spinach and pumpkin seeds. Small, consistent changes built around whole foods will replenish your body's stores more effectively than almost anything else. Fueling your body with these incredible nutrients is the internal strategy. It's like putting high-quality oil and fuel in your car's engine. But to keep that car running smoothly for years, You also have to maintain the engine itself, the belts, the hoses, the moving parts. And for our muscles, that means gentle, consistent maintenance to keep them flexible, supple, and prepared for a night of rest. This is where a simple bedtime ritual involving a few targeted stretches can make all the difference in preventing those nocturnal leg cramps. When our muscles, particularly in our calves and feet, are tight from the day's activities, even just from sitting or standing, they are primed to cramp up when we finally relax. These stretches help to gently lengthen the muscle fibers and improve circulation, sending a signal to the muscle to stay relaxed throughout the night. The Mayo Clinic recommends a couple of very simple, effective stretches you can do right before you climb into bed. Let's walk through the first one, the standing calf stretch. Find a clear wall. Stand about an arm's length away and place both hands on the wall for support. Now, step back with one leg, keeping that heel flat on the floor and the leg straight. You should feel a gentle pull, not a pain, in the calf of that back leg. Hold this position for about 30 seconds. Don't bounce. Just breathe and let the muscle lengthen. Then, switch legs and repeat. The second great stretch is a hamstring stretch, which you can do sitting on the floor or even on the edge of your bed. Sit with one leg extended straight out in front of you, with the sole of your other foot resting against your inner thigh. Gently lean forward from your hips, keeping your back straight, until you feel a stretch along the back of your extended leg. Again, hold for 30 seconds, breathe, and then switch sides. The action step is to make this non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes, but that tiny investment can pay huge dividends in uninterrupted sleep. Think of it as telling your muscles, okay, the day is done. It's time to let go and rest. These stretches prepare the muscle tissue itself, but what about the environment that surrounds and fills those tissues? If the muscle itself is dehydrated, it's like a dry sponge, stiff, brittle, and far more likely to seize up and cramp. This is why our final key to ending leg cramps and building stronger muscles is arguably the most fundamental of all: mastering proper hydration. Now, I know what you're thinking. Drink more water. I've heard that a million times. But true hydration is more nuanced than just drinking 8 glasses of water a day. Dehydration is one of the most common and easily fixed causes of muscle cramps, because when you're low on fluids, the concentration of those electrolytes we talked about, potassium, magnesium, and even sodium, becomes too high in the fluid outside your muscle cells. This imbalance disrupts the delicate electrical signaling between nerves and muscles, making them hyperexcitable and prone to cramping. I remember my own father, a man named Bob, who insisted he drank plenty of fluids all day long. He was having terrible calf cramps at night. When we finally sat down and looked at it, his fluids were 3 cups of coffee in the morning and a can of soda in the afternoon. Both are diuretics that can actually cause you to lose more fluid. He wasn't hydrating. He was unknowingly dehydrating. The story changed when he switched to a simple plan. He filled a large water bottle every morning and made it his goal to simply finish it by the evening, sipping consistently throughout the day, not chugging it all at once. The action step is to think about hydration in 2 ways. First, sip water consistently. Keeping a water bottle handy is the best reminder. Second, eat your water. Many fruits and vegetables are packed with water and electrolytes. Cucumbers, celery, watermelon, oranges, and even soups and broths contribute significantly to your overall hydration status. A red flag to watch for is the color of your urine. Unless you're taking certain vitamins that change the color, your urine should be a pale, straw-like yellow. If it's consistently dark, It's a clear sign your body is crying out for more fluid. Addressing this simple foundation can be the final piece of the puzzle that makes all the other strategies work even better. So let's bring it all home. We started this journey with the painful, frustrating experience of a nighttime leg cramp. We've unraveled a complex web of factors that contribute not just to those cramps, but to the feeling of muscle weakness that can rob us of our confidence. But I hope what you feel now is not overwhelm, but a sense of clarity and empowerment. You have gained a series of incredible wins for your health today. Your first win is a new, nuanced understanding of magnesium. It's not a magic pill, but a key team player. Your second win is the knowledge of the mineral trio, the balanced power of magnesium, potassium, and calcium working in harmony. Your third win is unlocking the secret of vitamin D, recognizing its role not just in bone density, but in raw muscle strength and quality. Your fourth win is the awareness that you must be a proactive manager of your own health, even looking at how your necessary medications might impact your body. Your fifth and sixth wins are the practical, powerful tools of nutrient-dense foods and simple bedtime stretches. And your final win is a deeper appreciation for the foundational role of true hydration. You see, these are just 7 random tips. They are 7 pillars that support a stronger, more resilient, and more comfortable life after 60. You are not a passive victim of aging. The core message here is one of control and autonomy. By understanding the why behind your body's signals, you can move from simply reacting to pain to proactively building a body that is less likely to experience it in the first place. You have the knowledge now. You are the manager of your health. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these points was the biggest aha moment for you? Was it the information about vitamin D and muscle quality, or perhaps the connection between medications and mineral loss? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Reading your stories helps everyone in this community learn and grow together. And if you enjoyed this deep dive and found it valuable, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We have so much more to explore together on the journey to vibrant health at any age. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Be well, stay strong, stay empowered, and I'll see you in the next video.